Morning everybody. It is Sunday, May 31st. I'm Will McDonald. I'm here in Adelaide, South Australia, and I'm here to talk about paintball jersey collections, whatever. Just in the chat, I've got some superstars. It looks like I've got Rob, Big Chris from Charlottesville, Virginia is here with me. It's so good to see you, Chris. I hope your family's doing well. I got Amanda. We're going to be talking about you in a little bit, Amanda. I've got Richard, who's been in a few times over the course of these weeks. I got my parents, who are dutifully there, and I've got Easy. Easy's a loyal supporter of mine, and it's always good to have him in the chat. I also wanted to take a quick second just to shout out that I've in the last month or so I've got a few subscribers as a result of all this. So I wanted to give a shout out to Dr. Jones from the Eskimo Brothers. I've got Susan Owen, who I believe is from Kissimmee, Florida. Robert May from Baltimore, Maryland. I've got Amanda in the chat as well. Cameron Woodhouse, who I think you're in New South Wales, Cameron. I got Andrew Hill, who's right down the street from me here. And then I got Troy Dix from Cartel, who's hanging out with me. Okay, cool. So I've got a few things to get through today, and let me just get organized here. I already see my slideshow's out of whack, so forgive me for a second there. All right, so just about a half an hour ago, the Ultimate Shootout, which is Go Sports' new format, just dropped. And this new 1v1 format, which it kind of goes up against the HK Pro Tour format. But from what I've seen, this is really engaging. There's a little bit of there's sort of like a little bit of drama that's built up beforehand that's a little bit contrived, I think, because they're trying to make it sort of like a title bout. Two guys about to go head to head, and they're all like running their mouths at each other, and it's a little bit of fun, I suppose. But once the game gets going, it's really engaging. It's exciting. We've got Matty Marshall commentating again, which just feels right. So that just started about a half an hour ago, and I guess it'll be going on throughout the day. Just these, it's like a short tournament, 1v1s. And most of the players are Texas-based, because I think this all developed in Texas during strict lockdown. They relied on AC Dallas, AC Diesel, X Factor to just try to test this out and get it up and running. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. So hopefully I'll be able to keep up with that throughout the day. And then I guess it's going to be every weekend they run another one. The next one's June 6th, so that should be next Sunday. Tune in to me first. Let's see what else we got. So if you don't already tune in to Play the Game, that's Marcelo and Tyler's podcast. And I just wanted to throw it out there easy. I think you're already onto this. They did an interview with Pat Kraft Jr. a little while ago, and it was really engaging. And if you know anything about Pat Kraft and NYX, they just fire up, they stir it up, they cause trouble. But it's really interesting to see his interview, because he's also a very measured man, and he's a very passionate man. So it's worth checking out. I really enjoyed it. So Pat Kraft Jr. on Play the Game. All right, now a couple of Aussie submissions here. So I'm always after like firing up people to send in pictures of their jersey collection, and I've got an email or a few messages from Shane Simpson in this regard. So Shane is an Eskimo brother, but he also plays with Order 66, and he sent this photo in of an old school X-Fighters jersey, which is obviously Kai Harris's old X-Fighters jersey. And he also sent in a photo of an OG Eskimo Brothers jersey. So this would have been like I think the first round. They still have that polar bear on there. And last week we had Dr. Jones on showing off his jersey collection, and this is clearly one of the first in the Eskimo Brothers franchise. And this one is Tim Montressor's. So for those of you at home who don't know, in Australia at Super Sevens, we get a lot of pros that come over and play with teams, and Tim Montresor is he's a constant over here, and he played with the Eskimo brothers quite a bit. So not a bad couple of jerseys there, Shane. Thanks for sending those in. And then I also am always paying attention to stuff that's going on, buy-sell trades and stuff, and this was just posted up the other day. So if anybody has heaps of money and doesn't feel like retiring anytime soon, look at that collection. I'm always a big fan of Todd Martinez, but I would love an Angel Fergoza jersey. I'd love an Angel Fergoza jersey. Pausing for a quick second, I see Easy's pumping up C-Rob in the chat, as well you should. Big Chris, C-Rob's such an important person in my paintball career, I'll have to say. Now, what else have we got? Speaking of important people in my paintball career, I got a message from Randy, who I played with back in Charlottesville, who'd be old friends with Big Chris and Easy. And I don't know if he posted this up because I've been showing a lot of interest in people's jersey collections, or if he just wanted to post it up. But this did my heart good. So just looking at Randy's jersey, you can see all the Rockin' Cox RC goodness in there, including an RC Mutiny jersey smack dab in the middle. Right in the middle top row is a handmade jersey. It says Kirby RC. I distinctly remember making that by hand at Rudy's Paintball Store with Owen in the lead up to some event that we had going on. And then on the left side you can see two infamous jerseys, both Eric Prum's 33 infamous jersey, and I hear tell that one of those is making its way to me in Adelaide, courtesy of Randy, which that's awesome. That means a lot. I will definitely take care of that jersey. I'll just hold it for you for a little while. Now, let's talk about Amanda. So Amanda, who is in the chat, first of all, she's a champion. I probably know Amanda best just from her coming to South Australia as a ref, sort of a head ref for our piano events, and then, you know, maybe hanging out with her a little bit when she's reffing in Vic Fives, that sort of thing. But she's also been a very prominent player, which you have a chance to learn about in a moment. But I stole this photo from her page, and in the comments of this photo, I think one of her mates refers to as looking like a stunned mullet in that photo. So apologies, Amanda. I couldn't help but steal this one, because those Ronin jerseys are pretty sweet, but I also couldn't move past Homeboy there with the Monkey with a Gun headband. I love Monkey with a Gun, and I used to have one of those headbands, and I gave it away. But that's okay. I gave it to someone who I know loves it, so it was a good move. Now, the reason why I'm showcasing Amanda is because, if you didn't know this already, she was the latest interview with Scotty on Down Under Paintball, and I really enjoyed this one. So if you don't know Amanda, she's a prominent ref, but, you know, until not too long ago, she was also a very prominent player, and you can listen to her interview and learn about how she played all around Australia. She played internationally, and I think that photo there might be in Langkawi, World Cup Asia, maybe? I'm not sure. A lot of times I just pretend to know stuff here on this show. But anyway, you should check out Amanda's interview and just stay tuned to what Scotty's doing, because I really enjoy Scotty's interviews. They're pretty informal, but he definitely has a way of just kind of, everyone's relaxed and just talking about what they love, and that's awesome. Now I'm going to get started. Amanda saying, "You look so young." You are so young. Langkawi. Did I say Langkawi? I hope I said Langkawi. I think I said Langkawi. All right, now, before I get to the jersey that I wanted to show off for today, I want to throw to a video chat I had with Jared Baker. So you may have heard me mention Jared Baker as a player out of Sydney. He has played with Frequency, Explicit. Most recently he's playing with East Coast Hawks. And this guy has a jersey collection unlike any other, especially here in Australia. And I'm gonna like chat to him every few weeks or so and just get a little bit more of his collection. So in this video, he's just in his lounge room, because he's got rooms and rooms full of these jerseys. So check this guy out. Jared, not only is he, is a pretty approachable guy. I talked to him for a long time, and it was a great chat. But he knows the sport, and he knows the jersey collection, and he knows the teams, and he's very, very informed. So without further ado, check out my my chat with Jared. So I have a bit of a modest jersey collection, but I think I collect jerseys for a different reason than many people do. So I wanted to get your rationale. So why do you collect jerseys? Why do you think people collect jerseys? What's special about it?
I think jerseys, I think particular jerseys appeal to certain people, whether it be fan base or style or market. I know I have bought jerseys on it. I've bought jerseys on those levels, all of those levels myself. But when I first started, it was appeal to me. I always liked having something different, something unique, or something that just spotted my eye while I was at the shop or online. Like even just watching the PSP when I first started watching it, seeing a jersey and going, I love that jersey.
Yep.
How can I get my hands on it? And all it took was just messaging the player and say, listen, can I buy your jersey off you? And next minute it's in the mail.
Yeah, I had that with Sonny Lopez a while ago, and I know he's sort of a niche paintball guy. But I spent a little while just looking for an LA Hitman jersey. I just couldn't find one, and I was like in forums trying to chase him up, and then finally I just messaged him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll sell you the one I'm wearing this weekend."
Yeah, it's as easy as that. Just message them. Most of them are really, really nice guys, and they give you any time of day for you.
I thought you were going to say they'll give you the shirt off their back.
Well, only for a price, I guess.
Yep. So what have you got to show off today? We're just going to go one room today, and you're in your lounge room.
So I'll get up, I'll flip the camera, and we'll get started.
Yeah.
So that's a Zane Yakamac jersey. I don't know if you can quite see, but it's completely signed by the team.
Yeah, clear as day.
So that's one. This is a Sunday edition of the Impact jerseys. This was the last year of the NPPL where they only pretty much played one round, I think, and that's completely signed by the team.
It might not mean much to many people, but I'm always a sucker for contract killer.
Yeah, 100%. This is another one that has contract killer. I think it's on the front. This was one of my first Impact jerseys I got. The signature's there from JC, but it's quite faded because I did wear this jersey a little bit.
I was just about to say, do you play in your jerseys? Do you play in these?
I used to. I still play in some, but not the ones that are hanging up, obviously. So this is a Dynapac jersey, signed Greenspan there.
Yeah, I've seen these around, and I guess I never came out and asked. What was the story with that mixed jersey? Did they just like combine for a millennium or something like that?
So they did for a couple of years actually.
At Millennium?
Yep.
Okay.
So that's a Rainy jersey that I got off him at World Cup. I think that was the last World Cup I went to.
That's I like the pattern of that one.
This was a one-off design. This was a one of one each player. This was the first World Cup I went to. It was signed by the whole team. I don't know if you can see it, but it's very faded.
There's some trace evidence.
I did wear that jersey. There's the hallway, but we'll get to that another time.
Oh, look at that Todd Martinez teasing.
And this is like probably my favorite jersey. This is probably my favorite design in many factors. The material, the way it's made, and just the actual design is just flawless.
So what's the maker of that one?
This is Maxed. They did all the national jerseys at the time. it's hard to see, but it is actually fully signed by the whole American team. It took me the whole weekend to get it.
Nice.
So there's like the likes of Marcelo, Nicky Cuba,
Oh,
Ryan. I think there's, I can't remember. It was a while ago, but I definitely made sure I got every single signature before I came home.
yeah. It's hard for me not to have Nicky Cuba on a pedestal. That guy's he's such a fixture of old school paintball back in the day. The dirter videos back when if you wanted to pay attention, you had to watch those videos. And yeah, what a character Nicky Cuba is.
100%. I met him over in Malaysia, and he was pretty much plastered the whole weekend. It was he fell off his scooter and played with, like, grazed all up his side, and ended up having to play with all these pretty much scabs all up his side. Yeah, it was nasty.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to get shot there.
No.
Cool. Well, that we saw a quick glimpse of that Todd Martinez jersey down the hallway. I look forward to that one, because you've shown me some of the photos that you've gotten. You've got some jerseys that are very humbling, of many collections. Really impressive stuff, and I can't wait to hear more. But we're gonna have to save that for another time.
100%. I'm ready for it anytime.
All right. Well, thanks again for sharing your jerseys, and thanks again for supporting me with this. And let's do this again. Let's get down that hallway sometime soon.
Yep, no problem.
Cool. So how about that? How about that for just one room of a collection? Clearly, Jared's an Impact fan, obviously. Thanks again, Jared, for taking the time to do that for me, and we will be hearing from him again. In the chat, I see Big Chris and Amanda showing some love for that Moorhead jersey. That does seem to be one of Jared's favorites. But how about that hallway just drawing you in, that Todd Martinez pinstripe, and who knows whatever else is down there. I have seen some photos of what's to come, and it's pretty ridiculous. Jared's collection is ridiculous. All right, now back to my modest collection. So the other day I saw this post from Renegade Paintball Australia, and it is no secret that I'm a big fan of Joshua Natali. He is a player from South Australia. He's currently playing in Victoria. He lives in Victoria now, and he plays with Southeast Cartel. But back in the day, he used to play here in South Australia for a few different teams, but he also is RC. He's got an RC jersey. He loves his pump. In fact, I see him with his pump more than anything these days. And at this event, he had his CCM, shooting his pump gun. And there he is wearing his SA Solidarity jersey. And I thought I'll just talk about SA Solidarity. So SA Solidarity, I've got my jersey right here. This is, I don't remember if this was our first event or our second event. I don't really remember. But the premise behind Solidarity was that in South Australia, we had all these teams, but there were few teams that actually traveled interstate. But each team had a couple of players that wished they could. So the idea was to kind of create a banner under which everyone could come and go and play interstate under one team. Largely what really just sort of developed was just going to the Monkeys 10-man events at the end of the year, which, a few years ago, the 10-man events were a lot of fun, a lot of partying, a lot of just getting together with your mates, and there was also a little bit of paintball that happened as well. Like, the spirit was great. So that's largely where these jerseys were seen. But I just take a second and show it off to you. So, forgive me one sec. So there's the the emblem. The idea was that it was supposed to be the South Australian piping shrike. It's supposed to be framed up sort of like some sort of military or police force emblem. And holy cow, I'm sure a lot of South Australians and Australians are going to tear me up for not knowing the right terminology for this. Forgive me. But but we designed it with Raza, and we had to rush it. There were some elements of it that I wish had been redone, like some of these banners look really wonky, but whatever. Skirmish SA, which is the home of community paintball here in South Australia. It's all you need to know about community paintball in South Australia. So they helped us out a lot. At the time, we all played SAPA, so we got the SAPA logo. Unfortunately, that's not tournament legal now because it's yellow. But I'll show you my favorite bit, other than just the name Solidarity. Like, I just love the name Solidarity. The idea of, you know, just a bunch of different teams all coming together and working together and fighting together. I just love the idea, SA Solidarity. That means a lot to me. But then going down the arm, we've got some of the teams that were part of this. So we got South Australian flag. We got Chaos, which is a long-standing fixture of South Australian paintball. Danny Buss, Brett Morton, Troy, who I miss, Troy Lynn. We also had the Southern Legion, which became Sabre. Southern Legion helped us out a little bit. Sabre helped us out. Rockin' Cox RC Army in there. Wildcats, which was a team at the time, and Wolfpack, which was a team at the time. So I really liked the idea that this all these South Australian teams all under the same banner, but then we going down the arm, we each have our own team represented. So I thought that was pretty cool. You still see people wearing these around, like you just saw Josh. Popey wears hers around quite a bit. So yeah, the SA Solidarity, it's not a very illustrious jersey. Most people wouldn't care too much about it, and I get that, but man, it means a lot to me, and that's all that matters. I think that's all I got. We all need to go and flick over to Go Sports and start watching this Ultimate Paintball Shootout, yeah? So until next time, I will see you guys next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love to see all you guys in the chat, especially some of you who haven't seen it here before. Big Chris, I miss you, buddy. Give the family the love from me, and I will see you guys all next week. Thanks for tuning in.